Alright guys, my name is Shervin. Welcome back to my channel. The TD First Class Visa Infinite card is by far the most underrated credit card in Canada right now. In fact, this card is so underrated because for the longest time, it didn't really offer much of anything, but recently it has gotten some updates and it looks tremendous. Now, I recently made a video about how the Cobalt card is not as good as it used to be. It has gotten nerfed a little bit. I mean, the fee is a little bit higher. The points are not quite as easy to redeem as they once were. And so a lot of people are looking for alternatives and other options around the same price range. And we took a look at some options in my last video, but I saved the best one for its own video, and that's this credit card. Now, as you can see, this card costs $139 a year to own, which is quite a bit less than what the Cobalt card costs right now, which is right now at about $192 a year. So it's a lot more affordable than that card. And I'm going to show you exactly why it's possibly even a lot better than the Cobalt card, and even might be better than a lot of other cards in similar price ranges. But before we get into it, if you enjoyed the video, do me a favor and smash the like button down below for the YouTube algorithm. And if you want to see more videos like this, make sure you smash the subscribe button down below so you see all my new videos right as they come out. Now, why is this card so amazing? Let's start with the first thing. You pay $139 a year to own the card, but look at this. Every single year, you get a $100 travel credit as long as you use it through Expedia. Now, Expedia is a very good travel website. I travel like 3-4 times a year. I do book some of those travels with Expedia. Now, sometimes I book with some other websites. I always look for the best deal, but I do use Expedia once in a while as well. And it's a very good website. Usually you can find very good deals there. And as long as you use Expedia at least just once a year, so you can be using it to book travel in terms of, flights, you can book hotels, you can book whatever, right? If you want to book an experience, whatever you book with Expedia, as long as you just use it once a year, you get a $100 travel credit with your card. Of course, you have to be using this card to pay for it. But right there, you get $100 of that fee back almost right away, without even having to, spend a lot on certain categories, without having to do certain things. So really, that means that as long as you use that one feature, as long as you use Expedia at least once a year, you're getting $100 of that $139 back, and you really are only paying $40 out of pocket for the card. Now, for $40, this card offers incredible value. I mean, some of the sign-up bonuses alone are worth it. Some of the points that you get with the card are worth it. But look at this. I'm not going to bury the lead. I'm going to show you the best feature first. You get airport lounge access, and that includes 4 complimentary visits to Visa Airport Companion programs. Now, you might be wondering, well, how comprehensive is the Visa Airport Companion program? Well, it's mostly covering the Plaza Premium lounges, but there's some other lounges included in there as well. Like, for example, there is a bunch of Air France KLM lounges and some other ones. So we can take a look at some examples. For example, if you go to YVR, that's my airport. I live in Vancouver. You mostly have the Plaza Premium lounges. If you look at YYZ, that's the Toronto Pearson Airport. You got Plaza Premium lounges, but you also have the Air France KLM lounge. If you look at some other ones, like for example, let's take a look at LaGuardia. That's the New York. We have the Maple Leaf lounge covered in there. If you look at, for example, JFK, that's the other airport in New York. You have the Turkish Airlines lounge. You have the Air France lounge. You have a number of other ones, right? So there's quite a bit. If you look at the London Heathrow, for example, here we got the number 1 Heathrow, number 1 lounge. We have the Plaza Premium. So there's a bunch of other options as well. It's a very good list that contains a lot of different lounges. But to be fair, there are a couple of cities where there isn't really any lounges covered. So that's good to know. For example, if you look at Seattle, there's nothing there. If you look at LAX, Los Angeles, there's nothing there. Let me try Los Angeles. No, there's nothing there. If you look at Las Vegas, again, that's a big one. Nothing there. So a lot of the West Coast American cities, there's not much there. Let's take a look at SFO. Do they have anything there? Okay, they have some stuff in the San Francisco. They have the Maple Leaf Lounge there as well. What about Miami? Let's take a look at that one. So again, nothing in Miami. So there are a couple of cities where there isn't really much there. So it's a good idea to take a look at this. You can go to the visaairportcompanion.ca or you can just Google Visa Airport Companion and you should be able to find this website. And then you can take a look at which lounges are covered, which ones are not. So you can kind of have an idea, like the cities that you usually travel to. Are there lounges offered in those cities or are there not, right? So you can take a look at that. Obviously, if you want a credit card that covers you everywhere, you would be looking at the more premium options. Probably the Platinum card is your best bet because there are a lot of other cards in this similar price range, which gets you a similar level of access to lounges. It's covering a bunch of lounges at different cities, but there are some cities where there are no lounges covered. If you want a much more comprehensive card, you're probably looking at the Amex Platinum card, which costs $800 a year to own. And even that fee might be going up very soon. So you're looking at much more expensive cards if you're looking for a card that covers you everywhere. But at this price range, this is amazing, especially if you only are paying $40 out of pocket because you get that $100 travel credit. I mean, that's amazing. There are so many cities that are covered. There are so many different lounges that are covered. It's absolutely amazing. Even better than that, this card right now is offering an incredible sign-up bonus. You get a welcome bonus of 20,000 points when you make your first purchase with the card. And you're probably wondering, how much are these points worth? Well, let's go over here to my website where I break down how much each of these points are worth. And as you can see over here, if you redeem the points towards travel with Expedia, they're worth about half a cent per point. Okay. Now, if you redeem it towards other things, they're a little bit less, 0.44, 0.4, 0.33. So really, you should just be redeeming it towards travel, booking travel with Expedia. And of course, you can accumulate points if you want to accumulate for a year or two. You don't have to use it right away. You can use it whenever you want to, right? So 20,000 points, if we assume you redeem it at half a cent per point, that would basically be $100 in value right there. You get 145,000 points when you spend $7,500 in the first 6 months of opening the card. Now, usually these sign-up bonuses are for the first 3 months of owning the card. For the first 6 months, that's actually pretty good, right? So that you have plenty of time to put all your expenses on this card. And again, $7,500 in the first 3 months, that might be a little bit on the higher side, but over 6 months, I think that's very manageable. Particularly if you're signing up with this card, there is an eligibility requirement that you need to be making at least $60,000 personal income or $100,000 household income. So if you have that level of income and you're eligible for the card, I think that's pretty normal, like $7,500 in 6 months. That basically means that, if you're spending $15,000 over a whole year, you would just put your daily spendings on the card and you already get there. If you spend less than $15,000 over the whole year, then you can just prepay for a lot of things, right? Or you can just, if you're booking travel later on that year, you can just pay for it right now while you've just got the card, so you get that sign-up bonus as well. And that right there, if you just get that sign-up bonus, 145,000 points, that basically is a value of $725. Then there's a birthday bonus of up to 10,000 TD points. So how does a birthday bonus work? So every year you get however much points you earned over the past year, you get 10% of that as a bonus on your birthday. So if you received, let's say, 20,000 points over the past year, you get 2,000 points as the bonus. If you get 100,000 points over 1 year, then you get the 10% will be 10,000. That's a maximum you can get. The maximum is 10,000 points. Now, if you get even close to that, that basically means that you're getting the 10,000 points. That's almost $50 in value every single year. So again, remember, you're getting $100 every single year in travel credit. And every single year, you're getting a birthday bonus, which could be up to 10,000 points, right? Now, if you are using the card regularly, you should be able to get that. I will show you how many points you will get for daily transactions and daily purchases. I think for a lot of people in this income range, they should at least be getting close to that 10,000 points. And if you are, then again, that's almost under $50 a year that you're getting as a birthday bonus. So again, it's almost like a free-to-own card at this point. $100 you're getting for the travel credit, almost $50 you're getting every year just as a birthday bonus. Right there, you paid off the card. The card is free to own, basically. Again, if you add all of these up, just for the first year, you get 20,000 points here, you get 145,000 points here. So that's $100 in value. That's $725 in value. That's $825 in value. There's a birthday bonus you get every year. And then look at this. Right now, I think this is a limited time offer. For the first year, you don't even have to pay the fee. You get a rebate on the annual fee. So for the first year, the card is free to own. This is incredible. This is amazing. I mean, if you're looking for a replacement card for the Cobalt, what a contender. What an absolute amazing contender. Now, it doesn't say how long this offer is going to last. It's just saying that it's effective from September 2025. But, you know, I wouldn't want to wait around to see if they're going to change it anytime soon, because if they change it at any point, they're not going to make it higher. That's already incredibly high. And you can see some of the breakdowns that I had. So for the first year, you get the fee, the annual fee of the card back. And even if you have an additional card, you get the fee for that back as well for the first year. And as I just broke it down, you have the $100 travel credit. You have the birthday bonus, which is basically worth up to $50. And you have basically up to $725 for the 145,000 point bonus, another $100 of value with the 20,000 point bonus for a cumulative $825 in the first year sign up bonus. So if you just get that sign up bonus right there, $825 in value, just like that. But now let's take a look at how many points do you get with this card if you're using it towards your daily purchases. Now, for every dollar you spend with Expedia, you get 8 points. So that's a value of 4%, basically. For every dollar you spend on groceries, dining, and public transit, you get 6 points per dollar spent. So that's basically 3% value back, which is not amazing, but it's decent, right? So it's not quite as high as, for example, the Cobalt card that gets you 5 points per dollar spent. And those points are worth at least 1 cent, potentially a little bit more. Same with groceries. Public transit is a little bit lower with the Cobalt, but still, these are not incredible numbers, but they're decent. They're doable. And again, the benefit is that you know exactly how much each of these points are worth, right? So it's not like the Cobalt card where you were struggling to redeem it for like, oh, can I get it to 2 cents per point? You know exactly how much they're worth. You get 4 points per dollar spent on recurring bill payments, streaming, digital gaming, and media. Again, these are not quite as high as some other cards in this range. For recurring bill payments, there's, for example, the Scotia Momentum Visa card that gets you 4% back, and that's straight cash back. Here, the 4 points, that's basically 2% value back. The streaming, the digital media, again, those are, you can find higher rates. The Cobalt card, for example, gets you 3 points per dollar spent on streaming. But of course, the fee is higher too, so there's that as well. And of course, you also get 2 points per dollar spent on everything else. Basically means that you at least get 1% value back on all your spendings. Again, as long as you use these points towards bookings with Expedia. Now again, these are not the highest rates by any means. There are other paid credit cards that get you more on a number of these categories. But again, remember, this card is basically free to own. I mean, the first year, it literally is free to own because you get the fee rebated to you. But even from the second, third, fourth year, again, every single year, you're getting that $100 travel credit. And every single year, you're getting that birthday bonus. So if you're spending enough on the card, you should be getting at least some amount additional to that $100 back, even if you don't get the full 10,000 points. So at that point, the $139 fee is almost basically paid for. And if you look at it that way, as basically a no-fee credit card, I mean, it's an incredible credit card. You get 4 free visits to airport lounges. You also get the $825, up to $825 sign-up bonus. And look, the rates are still not that bad. Like, particularly if you compare it to other no-fee credit cards, they're still decent. At least you're getting 1% back on everything else. At least you're getting 2% on a bunch of these categories and 3% on a bunch of these other categories. And for Expedia specifically, it's very good, right? If you use Expedia usually to book your travel, you're basically getting 4% value back on all of that spending. Now, the last thing we need to take a look at is what coverages does this card offer? And again, we're going to go back on my website for this, because it's broken down very nicely there. So we have basically all the travel coverages that you need. You have travel medical insurance up to 21 days. This is out of province or out of country medical insurance. You have trip cancellations up to $1,500, trip interruption up to $5,000, flight delay up to $500, baggage delay up to $1,000, lost or stolen baggage up to $1,000, that we have the car rental, damage and theft. We have hotel burglary insurance up to $2,500 per occurrence. You have purchase protection, extended warranty, all those things. And this is a key one, you have mobile device insurance. This is one of those coverages that you don't find on any no-fee credit card. In fact, a lot of these you don't find on no-fee credit cards. So again, if you look at the card as a no-fee card, it's absolutely amazing. Even if you look at it as a paid card, it's still very good. It does hold its own against some other options. In fact, we can take a look at how it fares against some other cards. For example, again, I have it here against the Cobalt card, a very popular credit card that is used in this range. And when we put them side by side, I mean, you can just see lost or stolen baggage, it's a higher amount. Baggage delay, it's a higher amount, 1,000 versus 500. The hotel burglary insurance is 5 times as much. I mean, that's kind of crazy. 2,500 versus 500. The out-of-province medical insurance, up to 21 days versus up to 15 days with the Cobalt card. I mean, when you look at it that way, I mean, there's just so much more. And also, the Cobalt card does not offer trip cancellation or trip interruption. You get those with the more expensive Amex cards like the Platinum card. But you have them here with the TD First Class Visa Infinite. So when you look at it at that sense, it's just absolutely incredible. And of course, you have a bunch of other stuff like the concierge services and stuff, which the Cobalt card does not offer. If you want concierge service, you need to get, again, the more expensive cards like the Amex Platinum, which costs $800 a year to own. So when you compare cards like this, you start to see how much value this card offers. So really, the only area where the Cobalt card is still massively superior is on the number of points you earn per dollar spent. But again, if you can redeem those points well and towards, travel, and you find the exact right flight that gets you a high redemption rate, then in that sense, it's absolutely amazing, right? And the Cobalt card in that aspect would be worth having over some of these other cards. But if you can't quite easily find those redemption rates, or if you don't really care just about that, you want also some airport lounge access, you want to pay the lower fee and perhaps even recover a bunch of that fee through the travel credit and the birthday bonus. If you also want better coverages and more coverages, then in that sense, I mean, the TD First Class Visa Infinite card is just so much better that overall, I think it might be just a better deal overall, at least for most people. Some people are still going to be after the highest amount of value back they can possibly get. And if you're that type of person, you know who you are. And for you, yes, the Cobalt card still makes more sense. But for everyone else, for all the normies out there who just want to, use their cards, not worry about, how do I redeem this point now and whatever, they know exactly what their points are worth, but they also get all these other features. They get the airport lounge access. They get almost a no fee card in a sense because they're recovering most of that fee with the travel credit and birthday bonus. I think the TD First Class Travel Visa Infinite might just be a better card for most people. So that's the way I look at it. Now, of course, if you want to check out the card, I will leave my referral link in the description down below, or if you use that link, it'll take you to my website where you can see all the numbers. And if you want to apply for the card, you can just click on apply now, and it'll take you right to the TD website where you can apply for the card right there. And of course, if you apply for any of these cards using my referral links, you'd also be supporting the channel in the meantime, which I always appreciate. But let me know what you guys think about this card. Do you agree with me that this card is now just ever so slightly a better overall package compared to the Cobalt card and even perhaps some other cards in this price range, whether we look at, the Scotia Visa Passport, although I do like the no foreign transaction fee with that card, but maybe we can do another video where we compare those two head to head. Let me know if you guys are interested in seeing something like that. And as always, I will see you in the next video. Cheers.